January 28, 2026. Village of Port Edwards Parks Recreation and Cemetery meeting to order. It's 4 p.m. Central Time. We do have a declaration of a quorum. We have Trustee O'Connor, Trustee Pfluger, myself, Eric Hummel, and President Mansell present, along with Ben Martinson, our village administrator, manager. Good. I'm looking for item 3, motion to approve the consent agenda for January 28th of 26, and also the last meeting prior to that, October 28th, 2025 minutes.
I'll move.
Thank you. Do I hear a second? Thank you. Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries. Thank you very much. Is there any public comments from anybody online today?
Nobody I have on.
Okay, thank you. Chairperson comments. Well, I'm glad we're meeting here to start the year. I think it's really a good time to kind of look at forward thinking. And so, we're going to get an update on where we're going with the new playground equipment. There's a quick update on the cemetery. Ben has put together a first draft of calendar for next year, which I think is really great, and we can be adding to that as we go. And we're also going to talk about another shot at the military banner opportunity for people as well. So that's pretty much the old business that we're going to do, and we'll check and see if there's new business. So having said that, item number 6, committee comments. Any from the members? Okay. So I'm going to move then to Ben Martinson here to let's start with the parks update, if we could, please.
Thank you. So it's been since late October that we've met. Since then, obviously, our parks have turned from leaves and a little bit of green grass to white snow. We'll start at Ripple Creek. Like I've updated you guys at the board meeting. Normally we do get the Ripple Creek skating pond open and ready for skating. This year we were getting close. We went out there once and shoveled it off in early December, and then, as we all know, the weather got warm and just never really, the ice was never safe enough to put people out there. We had 6-7 inches really soft, so kind of made the decision as we got into mid-January that at this point it did not pay to open that up this year, which is unfortunate. I think in the 20-some years I've been here, there's only been 2 or 3 we haven't been able to. But when you're putting a skating pond on a pond, you need to make sure everything is safe. So look forward to getting that opened up next year. It's not really a big budget item. We only budget about $1,000 a year for the pond. So there's nothing big concerns there, but hopefully next year we can get it going. In the meantime, at Ripple Creek, we've been working on the new playground equipment. We've taken out the sand out of the playground equipment that we've got the legacy grant for the installation of the new playground equipment and the port and play rubber and the wood chips. That is scheduled for next spring. I just got a call today. The playground equipment is actually going to be shipped here next week. It's comes in boxes, 2 52-foot semi loads that we'll be storing at one of our storage facilities. And I expect that once the temperatures warm up, our crew will get out there, start working on the sand, and working with the company to hopefully installation. I'm pushing for mid-May. I'd really like to see our schools be able to use it in late May, early June before they get out of school for the year, but there's no guarantees. But we will stay on track as best we can to get that project completed. Other than that, there's really Ripple Creek looks in good shape. I know they're busy, the schools and the organizations getting ready for summer baseball and softball and t-ball. So they will be, if any wishes they'd like to add, I always tell them they need to bring it to this committee. They're building a new concession or whatever they're going to build. They just need to come by us to me and just let us know what they're doing for approval. So at the end of the day, whatever they build gets donated back to the village for basically for us to maintain and to keep up. That's kind of how that projects do go. But I don't think they have anything in mind, maybe a scoreboard, a few things. So I don't see a lot of big updates there. The dog park has been up and going all winter. There's been people there back and forth, and I've talked to the committee members. No issues there. Our disc golf course has been a little slow this winter, especially in the cold weather lately. So I really have nothing big at Ripple Creek. We go down to the Alexander Park down by the Lion Shelter. We've had a few rentals over the winter, not a lot. That's pretty normal. We'll be going down there end of February. The crew goes down there, washes the walls, gets that all ready for our summer rentals. Looks like we've got about 15 to 20. I think the office staff has said, so that's starting to fill up. If likes to rent that, please call down to our municipal building, talk to Kim or Diane, and they'll get you set up on reservations for that building. Other than that, as we move into the spring, just some cleanup. I don't see a lot of big changes in our parks, trying to maintain them this year. We've got some tree removal we need to do, some painting of buildings, picnic tables and things like that. That's gonna be our main focus this summer, getting the legacy grant done and doing some painting of the existing playground equipment and park benches we have. This does tie in the legacy grant that we received the last couple of years. This year, I just put in for a smaller amount for the resurfacing of the bike trail from Verbunker Avenue to the Tender Avenue. If you're familiar, if you've ridden on that over the years, obviously we started at Seneca and we worked our way down. The section from Verbunker Avenue to the Tender is in need of some repairs. It's safe. We maintain it, but it's definitely needs to be done. But again, we're trying to find grant money, and it's tough for the village budget to look at repaving. That's gonna be about 80 to 100,000. So I've filled in for legacy grant. We've gotten the last couple of years. There's no guarantees, but definitely put a little effort into it just to see what we can do. So more updates to come on that. There may be a question on the parks unless I move into cemetery.
That'll be pretty exciting to have the new equipment and so forth.
Yeah, I think everybody's, I've heard a lot of good things, and so I definitely think it'll add to Ripple Creek. It'll be nice to have that. So I'm glad that Legacy and the village board was able to come up with a plan and move forward with that project.
Thanks for getting that done, getting the grant done.
There's been a couple of teachers eagerly asking when that will be in, because actually they want, they want to take.
Yeah,
students
I'm
out.
open,
Yeah.
open, but I'm not no guarantees.
No promises, but I will let you know as soon as I know.
The cemetery, we had some storm damage last year in the middle of the summer. We had some storm damage. We're gonna get out there now that the ground is frozen. We're able to do some removals of some trees. That'll be some winter work coming up. Other than that, cemetery is kind of takes care of itself. And mow the grass, and the residents do the best they can to keep it maintained by that stone. So not a lot of big projects going on out there, other than just redoing the flags every year and trying to maintain it the best we can. So that's all I have for the cemetery update.
Question, do we do any plowing of tracks in there for people to?
Yep, it's on our route, so that's the last one. Every time we do plow, we plowed every.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, we do have quite a bit of traffic in the winter.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
well, the guys do a good job keeping that
Yeah,
maintained.
thank you.
The next one I have on your agenda is a community calendar. This is something we've been doing the last 3 or 4 years. We normally start in January. Send emails to the school, to organizations, try to get as many things we can get on sheet of paper as we can, get this out on our Facebook, get this out on our website, things like that. It can be added to. Like I said, this is just a start. Please, if you're out and about and you see anybody that's interested in getting on our calendars, doesn't matter who it is, as long as it's a community event, no personal events, community events. We definitely like to get these on there. So the ones that kind of want to hit a little bit today is the village-wide garage sale. That's one thing. Basically, from the village aspect, I work with donors outside to get porta potties donated and schedule the Goodwill truck. And we also do a map on our website. That's the only thing the village does. It's not costly to the village, not a budget. There's nothing. I mean, it's staff's able to build a calendar, and I'm able to work with local companies to get porta potties and get a Goodwill truck here for that. So that's always kind of been right around that 16th. So this should be May 16th on that event. Our Memorial Day service, we work with the VFW on that to get that event, and the Port Edward School District brings a band out normally for that. I know we've had President Mansell speak and other people in the village speak on that event. So I'll work with the VF to get that all set up for that Monday. We get closer. The next two are on the bottom. The trunk or treat, we did move that to Sunday. A couple years ago, we were trying to do it during the week and we felt it wasn't as attended and we went to a Sunday. That's something I'm looking for this committee to make sure that we're all on board of doing that on a Sunday still.
Mhm.
So we'll do that the Sunday before, Halloween. We'll look and see when the Packers play. That kind of determines the time, if they're late or early. We get closer into October again, that we just do some advertisement, not a lot of expense, no time, and there's nothing that we do for community events that actually takes tax dollars or a lot of time from staff.
Percent it.
Yep.
So I know with Trunk or Treat the last 2 years, I believe there's been like the Crowbar also does theirs too. So I don't know if you want to coordinate, work with, just so that if they want to promote ours, we'll promote theirs and maybe not have it like start at the same time, right? Maybe like a little bit of a delay. That way, if families are already out and about, they might want to
Great ideas.
go to both. So
No, and that's normally, I think in September, we set that time, so I'll definitely make a note and we can definitely reach out. Good idea to other areas. The tree lighting, I think that's taken off. I'm kind of looking for the next step of that one, I would say, because we could use a little more. We got some local businesses. Last year, we had some face painting across the road. I think that definitely added some to it. The cafes are, El Cafe's been involved in the salon and the massage and the nail salon. I think it's starting to get a little bit bigger every year. So I'm kind of looking to see if that can't keep expanding with the high school too. We'd always do that Sunday, December 6th. And that's normally a 5 o'clock. Tree lighting normally start at 3 o'clock downtown. So, and these events that from those 3 or 4 that I mentioned, if you have any ideas, thoughts, please get a hold of myself or our board member and let them know if you have anything we can add to those. The rest of these are basically local organizations, and we look to add to it, and we'll publish this probably in March.
Could I look back just for a minute?
Yeah.
The fishery had it, I saw 2 people out there at 6:30 AM when it was -24, and I questioned insanity at that point. But, and then, there was a grouping that came and they had it, but it seemed less, number of people participated this year. Is that right?
I would say that the amount of fishermen, women that were on the lake, families, was down a little bit. I will say that the attendance in the warming house was right there. I mean, it was definitely a profitable day. I mean, lines I think are down a little bit, but I mean, food wise and everything, it was still right there. So,
Okay.
A good turnout for the weather. I know there were a lot of concerns if you should, I mean, again, it's volunteer in any event that anybody holds. But the weather, it was worth it. It was profitable. And, so I appreciate it. It did come out. I know a lot of people
That's cool.
in town, so.
Okay, great, thank you.
So that's all I have for underneath 7. We will save the banners for underneath new business, if that's okay, Chairman. Oh,
Great, a great report. Thank you very much. And that kind of gets our mindset focused on the next months in 2026. Are there pieces of old business that we want to address today?
only thing I have on old business is, going to reach out, and I know we have a couple members in this room, gonna work with the Lions Club to see about maybe they do a community picnic, which is on this calendar. In July, I believe it is, the 21st. Gonna work with the Lions and see if they're interested in moving it downtown. I know there was talk when we were meeting with the group about, with something maybe to do with the village a little different. Is maybe moving it downtown, like to get the community businesses more involved in this. So it's something, since it's a Lions event, I'm gonna start there and see if we can get permission from them to bring it downtown and maybe expand into our businesses and get everybody kind of involved in it. Try to make it a little bit more appealing, different things, different ideas. I know the park is good, but when the fire department comes, they like and the car, it gets kind of tight down there. I've reached out, to a couple local bands to see maybe we can get some deals on a Wednesday night to come and see if we can get some donations from Urco and other places maybe to support that. So that's something I'll be working more with the Lions Club and then with our community businesses, because I think it's really important. We've got some good businesses here, and it's nice to have something where you know, maybe they can put something in front of their business if it's a little booth or something that people walk around and just get to know what's downtown.
So do you think like closing off this main road here and
Yeah.
kind of keeping it down this way? You mean?
Yep, close down be basically on Third Street all the way to, First Street. That way Tom's Garage can be involved and
Sure.
the businesses down here all the way down. So, like I said, still early in the stages is something that I
Change.
think would be, and again, when we had the meeting here, I think about a year ago, and we were talking about that, I mean, everybody's like, you know, getting a big community event, and as we know, those weekends, I don't know if the weekend is really gonna be the time. I think maybe trying to do something on a Wednesday night. We've seen how the food trailers have gone over. I know that gets quite a hit on Monday night, so this would just be something maybe to expand to that and see where it goes. I mean, definitely would have to be community involvement from the businesses. Nothing the village is gonna to do 100%. I need some involvement from the community businesses to help on that, so.
It's a good creative idea.
So more details to come on that, and that's underneath the old business, because we were discussing that last year. I didn't want anybody to think that we dropped the ball. We had a lot of ideas and we couldn't really put anything together of a community event, and I think this could be a good start. I know Rapids does, I think, Business After 5, I think, an event once a year, and I think it'd be something we could start.
Great.
So.
Thanks, Ben. Moving on to item 9, new business. What new business do we have?
So under new business, the display of hometown heroes that we did last year, this was something we kind of went on a limb. We had a lot of people ask about. We didn't know how I was going to go over. Putting banners starting on Wisconsin River Drive heading to the north. We were able to get 10 last year, which was great, and had some calls afterwards. I've got 4 or 5 sold already, and looking to add to that. To try to get 10. 10's a good number for the company to print them, and I think it's a good number to shoot for every year. So I was able to get the same costs from the company as last year. No change there. Basically I had a flyer here that has a date of March 13th. That way we can have them up for Memorial Day. So the theory again is Memorial Day to Labor Day, we post these. The banners held up really good last year. We didn't know if this was, 2 years, how long the banners were gonna last. Right now, the banners that were purchased last year, I think we maybe get 3 years. So, I mean, I definitely want to get as many years as we can. I mean, up with them. I mean, obviously, we need to a certain point, we don't want to be hanging them up, but the goal is to try to get 3 years. So we have another batch coming this year and see if we can get those up for another 3 years. The only thing I do want to add is there's been some people that have opened up to basically help sponsor a banner if there's a military vet, that can't maybe afford the whole thing, a little bit of it. We're definitely gonna add some language to this, and maybe we can help that, we have it's sponsorship available. If you guys are okay with adding that language to this, that, I think would help, help this just to make sure if there's somebody out there that can't afford it, that there's some help out there through the community, have people willing to donate to help.
This will be on the Facebook.
Yeah, so we'll take this here after tonight. I'll post this on Facebook and on our website. I'm just gonna add the language sponsorship available to that.
Maybe we put out another call for sponsors. If people wanna, 2 different messages, one out for sponsors, cause there's people who probably just wanna donate to that.
Yeah.
And then people who, if you wanna recommend somebody or however they wanna do that.
Yeah, how everybody thinks, like I said, it's great to see people helping on both ways, right? I mean, that the people in the residents want to help make sure we get these banners out there and support these people. So, definitely we'll get that out, here by end of the week. So, and we always have our flag donations too, so I'll probably do it together, I'll probably put the hometown here on the flag donations. We have people that donate to that. Obviously, these are taking a little bit of the flags up on Wisconsin River Drive, but, we've always been known to have a lot of flags between the cemetery, downtown, and Upriver Drive. And again, that's always been donated based. That's nothing that the village budget has supported. It's normally through
Right.
donations, so.
I was actually just gonna mention, like, maybe put that out there too. Maybe do them together, maybe do one of each, just a couple times, just so that it keeps circulating too. Cause Facebook and its logarithms, you never know who it's gonna land on and when, so if you do it a couple times, then maybe it'll catch.
Maybe it'll work.
Yeah, no, we'll definitely get that out there. And if you guys see something needs to be changed or added, like, please let me know. So we can definitely get this information out there, but the Hometown Heroes will be displayed this week. Again, the community events will wait probably for another week or two, probably early March before we display that.
Great, thank you. Any other, new business tonight? Hearing none, I did not receive any correspondence. Did anybody on the committee or Ben, did you?
No, just, cemetery questions, to get a hold of the staff. We've had a few of them that have reached out to board members, which is not a problem. We've been in communication. Board members have sent them my way. We get the, questions answered in a quickly fashion, but if anybody has any questions up there, please just get a hold of Kim or Diane, myself at cemetery issues, concerns.
Great, thank you. Anything else on that? Okay, item 11, next meeting agenda item. So I assume we will have another update on the new equipment, whether it's arrived and where we are with that. Anything that comes up with the cemetery additions to the calendar. Then the key thing will be, so is that something we want to set a meeting for next month, or do we want to go to March for our next meeting? What say you all?
There's no harm in having it scheduled. If it comes to it and we're a week out and there's nothing on the agenda, no updates, I think it's perfectly acceptable to cancel.
Okay,
February is definitely gonna be better for me. March, spring break and Boys State tournament. I cannot guarantee that I will be at all the meetings in March just for the thing. So, if we want a meeting in February, that would definitely better for my schedule personally.
so we gotta accommodate Ben, so.
Yeah.
I mean,
I want the Wednesday of spring break. You will remote it.
I'll make whatever, but we don't have it on
So we've
us.
been doing this
Fourth Wednesdays.
on which one?
Well, we've moved PRC around a little bit.
They can float.
Yeah, public safety is planning on sticking on the fourth Wednesday, and I think PLP, you're planning on sticking fourth Wednesday?
So how about the fourth Wednesday in February?
Fabulous.
Can we still do 4 o'clock?
Yep.
Yeah, will that work?
We're doing the 25th, 25th.
25th will work.
Okay, let's set that up, and if assume we're meeting unless you hear different.
Good.
All right,
Good.
great. Without objection, then I'm gonna adjourn the meeting at 4:23 PM.
Sounds good.
Thank you very much.